It's your fault.
Come back alive.
On January 10th of 2002, Rachel Cooke was visiting the home of her parents in the North Lake subdivision of Georgetown on winter vacation from San Diego Mesa College in San Diego, California. Her mother left the home at 8 a.m. and headed to work, leaving Rachel still sleeping on the couch. Rachel had a busy day planned, first accomplishing her daily 4-mile run and later going shopping with her dad. Sometime after her mother left, Rachel awoke and prepared for her run. It's believed she left her home at approximately 9:30 a.m. The last sighting of Rachel was between 11 and 11:30 a.m. near Neches Trail, which is only 100 to 200 yards from her family's residence. But Rachel never made it home and was never heard from again. At 3 p.m., her father came home to take her shopping and could not find her. There weren't a ton of leads in the early hours of the investigation. Witnesses had seen an unidentified male in his teens to early 20s with a dark complexion and slick back hair, driving a late model white or blue Chevy Camaro or Pontiac Trans Am with white or black stripes along the hood or trunk area, and reportedly speaking to another jogger. He may have been Hispanic. Authorities also searching for information concerning a white pickup truck that may have had a wide, dark-colored stripe across its lower portion. Witnesses stated that the sports car and truck stopped along the road to speak to the jogger shortly after Cooke's disappearance. A sketch of an unidentified male who was reportedly seen near the female jogger was created. In August 2006, Michael Moore confessed to Rachel's murder, saying he attacked her while jogging, knocked her unconscious, drove her somewhere, and sexually assaulted her. He then wrapped her body in a tarp, weighted it with rocks, and threw it into Matagorda Bay. Moore has a long criminal history, beginning to get in trouble at the young age of 13 and spending most of his adult life in prison, with many of his known offenses involving sexual misconduct and/or violence. He agreed to plead guilty to the murder of Rachel Cooke in November of 2006 in exchange for a sentence of life in prison, but in court he reneged and pleaded not guilty in the case, going on to tell the media he was just toying with authorities and giving a false statement to get special treatment in prison. He stated he had nothing to do with Rachel's disappearance and that the police should have known that. But prosecutors announced that Moore will go to trial for Rachel's murder and that they believe his confession was accurate. Rachel's father died of natural causes in November of 2014 at the age of 59. Until this day, Rachel Cooke's remains have not been found. Foul play is suspected due to the circumstances.
On December 13, 2009, Stephen Koecher parked his car at the end of a cul-de-sac in the Anthem neighborhood of Henderson, Nevada. Security footage around the neighborhood showed him leaving his car and returning once again before disappearing off frame and out of the lives of his friends and loved ones. There is little known regarding the purpose of his trip to Henderson. Some believed he was looking for work, while others believed it may have been a final stop on a week of heavy traveling around Nevada in the Utah area, including one stint of about 1,100 miles in one day. In the aftermath of his disappearance, a local killer would use Stephen as an alibi for his own wife's disappearance. Josh Powell and his family alleged that Susan Powell and Stephen had run off together and that by finding him they would also locate Susan. We all know how that turned out. Just over 2 years later, Josh would attack his children and blow up their home, putting an end to any legal justice Josh may have faced. Although Susan and Josh's story came to an end, Stephen's disappearance is still an open book, waiting for someone to write the final pages. Their Facebook page has had no updates since 2015, and the search has gone from looking for him alive to searching the surrounding desert for his body. Stephen's family uploaded a song written and sung by Stephen. If you'd like to listen to it, there will be links downstairs.
On October 17th of 2009, 20-year-old Virginia Tech student Morgan Harrington drove with 3 friends to John Paul Jones Arena in Charlottesville, Virginia, to attend a Metallica concert. During the opening act, Morgan went to use the restroom. When she never returned, her friends called her cell phone at 8:48 p.m. and spoke to her. Morgan stated she was now locked out of the arena because of its no re-entry policy. She was disappointed but told her friends not to worry and that she would find a way home. According to witness reports, she was last seen around 9:30 p.m. hitchhiking on a nearby bridge. There were also 2 witnesses who claimed to have seen her with 3 men after she had left the arena. Morgan's purse with her ID and cell phone was discovered in the RB lot at UVA's Lanigan Athletic Field following her disappearance. The cell phone's battery had been removed. Unfortunately, 3 months later, on January 26th of 2010, her remains were found about 10 miles from the arena in a remote area of the 742-acre Anchorage farm, more than 1.5 miles from road access. While investigators did not release information about her death, Rachel's parents confirmed it had been very violent. Bones were broken, and her mother later confirmed sexual assault. In April of 2010, forensic tests confirmed that a Pantera t-shirt, which was found outside an apartment building 1.5 miles from the arena the previous November, was the shirt Morgan had been wearing the night she went missing. More forensic connections were later made to Jesse Matthew Jr., the prime suspect in another murder of UVA student Hannah Graham, who is believed to have been abducted on September 13th of 2014. On March 2, 2016, Matthew pled guilty to the abduction and murder of both Graham and Harrington, receiving 4 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole. It was reported on May 21, 2019 by various local news outlets that Matthew was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. He was transferred from the Red Onion State Prison in Wise County, Virginia, to Sussex State Prison in Waverly, Virginia for cancer treatment.
Neo Babson Maximus was last seen at 3 a.m. on October 13, 2007, in the vicinity of College Lane in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Neo had entered a home he believed a friend had been staying at and woke the resident asking if he was around. When she said no, he apologized and left from the same window that he had entered. This had actually occurred the day after Neo had first been reported missing, due to concerns from friends and family that believed he may have been off of his medication. Neo suffered from bipolar disorder, and while his illness may not have caused his disappearance, the side effects from not taking his prescription have led some to believe that it made him manic and fearful for his life, as leading up to his disappearance, he told his sister to get home to their father for protection and that someone was after him, and that the answer lies within the periodic table. Originally named Charlie Allen Jr., Neo was an avid and well-respected gamer, known for being best in the world from the game Half-Life, with people in the online community continuing to speak positively about him even to this day. Although the local police performed a search for Neo, he was never found dead or alive. A local police officer found his shoes around his home, while a tourist found his backpack while hiking in the area around the University of Dartmouth. There are theories surrounding Neo's disappearance, including a police cover-up, while others believed he passed away due to exposure over the course of the few days that he may have spent in the woods. Still, others believe that he may not be dead at all, or that he didn't pass away in the area and may have tried to hitchhike to either Texas or Florida, where he had spoken about moving. If you have a cup of tea and are interested in learning more about this case, follow the link downstairs for more information.
If you've made it this far, thank you for listening, and please consider checking out some of the many other true crime videos on my channel. Please don't forget to both subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I'm Jason Hebert, and I'll see you next time.